But I think we're fortunate to have a leader like Senator Kerry who just has such depth of knowledge, such capacity to learn, and such commitment to the issues that we all care deeply about in this room. Senator Lugar, the amount of time you have put into my confirmation and to helping me learn and prepare is really tremendous. And so I wanted to take a special moment to say thank you for that unique commitment of time and effort. From your thoughtful invitation to lunch to your active participation in the hearing, but also making your staff available time and time again to offer support and guidance. As everyone in this room knows, Senator Lugar has been a remarkable advocate of U.S. leadership in the world, strong national security, free trade, and economic growth. And he's been advocating for these issues for decades with consistency of purpose and with a tremendous amount of courage and conviction. Senator Lugar's commitment to the critical issue of food security can be traced all the way back to his service on the local school board in 1963. His interest in school breakfast programs grew into global expertise, and he continues today to work with food banks and community health centers in Indiana. In fact, I've of course, like so many in the room, admired Senator Lugar for years, but first had the chance to meet Senator Lugar when I was at the Department of Agriculture because of his deep commitment to those issues. Senator Lugar's many accomplishments include the Tropical Forest Conservation Act, which helps developing nations conserve their natural resources, and the policy advisory group that he and then Chairman Biden convened to consider the role of smart power in development. As an ardent defender of foreign assistance and its role in foreign policy, Senator Lugar stands as a reminder that American leadership will not waver in meeting the development challenges ahead. He has been integral in reducing the threat of nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons. Of course, in 1991, he forged a bipartisan partnership with then Senate Armed Services Chairman Sam Nunn to destroy weapons of mass destruction in the former Soviet Union, an issue we heard about as recently as last night. To date, the Nunn-Lugar program has deactivated more than 7,500 nuclear warheads. We have a lot to learn. We have a lot to learn from these two leaders: courage, commitment, focus, resolve. Both Senator Kerry and Senator Lugar demonstrate that achieving lasting change requires decades of focus, and it requires making tough decisions and taking controversial positions at a time when really the world is not paying attention. But with real commitment and with really sticking with a single purpose for a long period of time, they've both been able to show how you can bring an issue to the front of the public consciousness and create the kind of change that is lasting, the kind of change that changes the world in a really fundamental and deep way. And in that way, we have a lot to learn from their example as we go forward with our work in revamping development and foreign assistance. But what I appreciate just as much as Senator Kerry and Senator Lugar's public and private support is really the high expectations that they set of us. They challenge us to set aside the well-worn ways of old and to embrace reform with measurable results. They offer us greater flexibility in development, but demand greater accountability. And they, like so many of us, are not as interested in incremental change. Their goal is transformational change, and to lead that change with real renewed purpose. So as storied as USAID's history has been, we can't achieve the results that they expect of us unless we fundamentally change the way we do business. Together with their support, we will rebuild the capabilities USAID once had, capacities that allowed us to make great strides in many corners of the world over the past several decades. And we'll develop new capabilities to pursue innovation, science, and technology, and to better focus our work on women and girls. We'll do our best to reform our business model and to more clearly focus on results and accountability. These changes won't come easily, and these changes won't come overnight. But we owe it to our honorees this evening and to the communities we serve to show the kind of resolve that they've shown over many, many years and many decades in order to achieve the kind of outcomes we hope to achieve for development. With the President and Secretary of State committed to our work, with leaders like Senators Kerry and Lugar on the Hill, and the dedication of the community that is gathered here tonight, I am very encouraged and very excited about the work ahead. So it's now my great honor to introduce someone who is a real hero to all of us in this room, a public servant who shares our common values and sets a tremendous example, and a senator who will be sure to hold our feet to the fire to ensure we achieve results. Senator Richard Lugar.